everyone. I am MacKenzie Corum. I served as the director and the costume and hair/makeup designer.
Hi, my name is Gracie Ridings. I served as the technical director as well as the scenic, lighting, and sound designer.
And we're tired. The HSU Theater Department has been doing a production of 24-hour Shakespeare for 5 years, and this year's production will be Julius Caesar.
24-hour Shakespeare is exactly what it sounds like, which means yes, we did put this on in the past 24 hours, which means yes, you're going to see actors holding scripts, and yes, something probably will go wrong, but that's part of the fun.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. We had to practice a speech, and I forgot what I'm supposed to say.
If you didn't believe us, we are tired.
Please silence all your cell phones, and if you need to exit the show at any point, exit through the aisleways only if there's an emergency.
All right, and without further ado,
Julius Caesar.
Friends, have you heard? Julius has returned! I'm so excited for your head!
Home, idle creatures, get home! Is this a holiday? Speak, what trade art thou?
My sir, copy, sir.
Where is thy leather apron and thy rule? You, sir, what trade are you?
Oh, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler.
Answer me directly.
Oh, what? Indeed, sir, I am a mender of bad souls.
Thou naughty knave, what trade?
Nay, I beseech you, sir. Be not out with him.
Thou art cobbler, out there.
Indeed, sir, I am a surgeon to old shoes.
But wherefore art not in thy shop? Why dost thou lead these men about the streets?
Truly, sir, indeed, to wear out their shoes so I can get myself into more work. But indeed, we make holiday to go see Caesar, who has returned in his triumph.
Wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings he home? Your tributaries follow him to Rome. You blocks, you stones, you're worse than senseless things. Begone! Run to your houses, fall upon your knees, and pray to the gods to admit the plague. Their needs must be like to this ingratitude. Go! Go, good countrymen! See whether their bases metal be not moved. They vanish untied in their guiltiness. Go you down that way towards the capital. This way I will disrobe the images if you do find them decked with ceremonies. May we do so? You know, it is the feast of Lupercal. It is no matter. Let no images be hung with Caesar's trophies. I'll allow and drive away the vulgar from the streets. So do you too, where you see them thick. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wings will make him fly in ordinary pitch.
That calls on me. I hear a voice shriller than all of the music. Shout, Caesar! Speak! Caesar is turned to hear.
Beware the Ides of March.
What?
Soothesayer bids you beware the Ides of March.
Present her to me. Let me see her face.
Come from the throng. Speak to Caesar.
What sayst thou?
Beware the Ides of March.
A dreamer. Let us leave.
Will you go to the order of the court?
Not I.
Well, I pray you to. Brutus, I have observed you as of late. You have a stubborn and yet strange hand over a friend.
Cassius, be not deceived if I have veiled my look.
I turn the trouble of my countenance merely upon thyself. Vexed I am, of late, with passions of some difference, which give me soil perhaps to my behavior.
Oh, I have heard. Where many in the best aspect of Rome, except immortal Caesar, speaking of Brutus and groaning under the age's yoke, wish that young Brutus had eyes.
Into what dangers will you lead me, Cassius? What would you have me seek into myself? What means this shouting? I do fear the people have chosen Caesar for their new king.
Aye. Do you fear it? Well, then methinks you wish it not to happen.
I would not, Cassius. Yet I love him well. But wherefore do you hold me here so long? What is it that you would impart to me? For let the gods so speed me, as I love the name of honor more than I fear death.
Brutus, I know virtue be in you, but I have also seen your outer self. My story is one of honor.
I was born free as Caesar,
As you are too. We both have been fed the same, and we can both endure the winter's cold, same as him. It was a raw and gusty day, and a troubled Tiber chafing from her shores.
Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, and plunge into thy angry sea, upon which we return to the point on the shore?" Upon my response, accosted as I was, I plunged in and I bade him follow me. So indeed he did. The torrent roared and we did buffet it, with lusty sinews and throwing it aside and stemming the hearts of controversy.
Yet, we did not receive the point because of Lord Caesar. Why, he said to me,
Help! Cassius, please save me, for I may drown!
oh. And now, this man is a god.
Yes, a god.
Oh, but dismiss Cassius, the wretched creature that may bend his knee if Caesar so much as nod in his direction.
He had a fever in Spain. Yes. And when I saw fit on him, I did mark how he did shake. Yes, the god himself shook. And the color from his lips, the luster did fly. And his eyes, those same eyes that looked down at the citizens of Rome, did lose their luster. And I heard him groan. Yes, that same tongue that whenever it speaks to the Romans, bid them mark his speeches in their books. He cried out, "Oh, Titanus, please give me something to drink." Like a mere child. Yes, ye gods, it amazes me. A man of such feeble temper should so guard the majestic world and bear this palm alone.
Oh, another general shout.
Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world
Like a colossus. And we petty men walk under his large legs and peep about, only to see unforeseen graves. Men at some time are masters of their fate. But the fault, dear Brutus, no. It's not in our stars, but in ourselves, for we are underlings. Now, in the name of all gods at once, upon what meat doth Caesar feed, that he has grown so great? Age. Thou art shammed. Rome has lost its breed of noble bloods.
That you do love me, I am nothing jealous. What you would work me to, I have some aim. What you have said, I will consider. What you have to say, I will with patience hear. Till then, my noble friend, chew upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than to repute himself as son of Rome.
I am glad that my weak words have struck such a fire in you, Brutus.
The games are done. Caesar's returning.
Look, as they pass by,
What, Casca?
by the slave, he will tell you what is noteworthy of today.
I will do so. I'm
Tell us, Casca, what the matter is.
You pulled me by the cloak. Would you speak with me?
Aye, Casca. Tell us what hath chanced today.
Why, there was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand thus. And then people fell a-shouting.
What was the second noise for?
Why, for that too.
There was a third cry. Why did they cry thrice?
Why, for that too.
Was he offered the crown thrice?
Aye, Mary West. And he put it by thrice.
But who offered him the crown?
Why, Antony.
Tell us gently.
I can well be hanged to tell the matter. It was mere foolery. I did not mark it. I saw Mark Antony offer him a crown. Yet 'twas not a crown neither. 'Twas one of these coronets. And as I told you, he refused it. The rabblement hooted and clapped their chapped hands and threw up their sweaty nightcaps and uttered such a deal of stinking breath because Caesar refused the crown that it had almost choked Caesar. For he swooned and fell down in it.
What said he when he came up to himself?
When he came to himself again, he said, if he had done or said anything amiss, he desired their worships to think it was his infirmity. 3 or 4 wenches where I stood cried, Alas, good soul, and forgave him with all their hearts. But there's no heed be taken of them. If Caesar had stabbed their mothers, they would have done no less.
Did Cicero say anything?
Aye, he spoke Greek.
To what avail?
It was Greek to me. I could tell you more. Marcellus and Flavius, for pulling scarves off Caesar's image, are put to silence. Fare you well.
Will you meet with me tomorrow?
Aye, if I be alive and your mind sound and your food worth eating.
I look forward to it.
Farewell both.
What a blunt fellow this has come to be! I shall leave you for today. Tomorrow, if you wish to see me, come home to me.
I will do so. Until then, think of the world. Let Caesar seat him sure, for we will shake him, or worse days endure.
Good evening, Casca. Why are you so breathless? Why do you stare so? Are you not moved when all of the sway, earth, shakes like a thing unfirmed? Oh, Cicero, never till tonight, never till now did I go through such a tempest-dropping fire. Either there is a civil strife in heaven, or else the world is too saucy with the gods and senses them to send destruction.
Why saw you not something so wonderful?
Let not men say, these are the reasons, they are natural, for I believe they are pretentious things unto the climate that they point upon.
Indeed. This is a strange disposed time, but men may construe things after their own fashion. Clean from which represent things on themselves. Goodbye. This disturbed sky is not to watch.
Farewell.
Who's there?
A Roman,
Casca. By your voice.
your ears good, Captain. What night is this?
Fine night for honest man.
Who ever knew the nuke to heaven's menace so?
For those that know, the earth is so full of faults.
They say the senators tomorrow mean to establish Caesar as king, and shall wear his crown by sea and land, every place, save here in Italy.
Now then, I know where this dagger shall lie. Cassius, from bondage, will deliver Cassius.
So can I.
Caesar be a tyrant then. I know he not be a wolf. Though the Romans not be sheep, he is no lion, and the Romans are not hinds. Those that make with haste make a great fire, but begin with weak straws. O grief, where hast thou led me? I perhaps speak of this before a willing bondman? Then I know my answer must be made.
You speak to Casca. Hold my hand. Be factious for redress of all these griefs, and I will set this foot of mine as far as who goes farthest.
There's a bargain made. Very well. Most bloody, fiery, and most terrible.
Stand close a while, for here comes someone in haste.
Tis Cinna, I do know him. He is a friend. Cinna, what haste do you show?
Finding you out. Who's that?
Oh, no. Tis Casca, one incorporate to our preparations.
I've been bad on it. It has been such a fearful night. Oh, Cassius, if you could but win Brutus over to our cause.
Be you content, good Cinna.
How are?
Come, Casca. You and I will yet ere day see Brutus at his own house. 3 parts of him is ours already. Man entirely depends on this next encounter with him.
Lucius, I say!
I called you, my lord.
Fetch me a taper for my study.
I will, my lord.
It must be by his death. And for my part, I know no personal cause to scorn at him. For the general, he would be crowned, and therefore think him as a serpent's egg, which hatched, but as his kind grow mischievous, and kill him in the shell.
The taper burneth in your closet.
Return to bed. It is no longer day. Tomorrow. Is it the Ides of March?
Sir, March is wasted 14 days.
Good. To the gate. Someone knocks. For since Cassius went me to be against Caesar, I have not slept.
Sir, 'tis Cassius at the door of Doctor's desire to see you.
Is he alone?
No, sir. There are more with him.
Let them in. They are the faction.
Lucius. Good morrow, Brutus. Did we disturb you?
I have been up at this hour awake all night. No lie these men who come along with you.
Yes, every man of them. None of them but honor you. 'Tis Cinna, 'tis Cassius, and 'tis Metallus Cimber.
They are all welcome. Give up thine hands, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution. Where is Cicero? Shall we sound him? He shall be incorporeal to our plans.
Let us not leave him out.
By no means, no.
Oh, let us have him, for his silver hairs will purchase us a good opinion.
Nay,
Why,
nay.
men, voices of men are deep.
No. Name him. Name him not. Let us not break with him, for he will never follow anything other men begin.
Then leave him out.
Indeed, he is not fit.
Shall no other man be touched?
Oh, well urged, Lucius. Let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course will seem too bloody, Caius Cassius. To cut the head off and then hack the limb. Let us be sacrificers, but not butchers, Caius. Let us prepare his body as a meal for the gods. is a carcass for the hounds. For Mark Antony, think not of him. For he can do no more than Caesar's arm with Caesar's head cut off.
Yet I fear him.
Good, Cassius, do not think of him.
There is no fear in him. Let him not die, for he will live and laugh at this hereafter.
Peace! Count the clock!
The clock hath stricken 3.
'Tis time to part.
But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth today or no. He is superstitious as grown of late. The persuasion of his augurers may hold him from the capital today.
Never fear that. If he be so resolved, I can oversway him.
By the 8th hour. Is that the uttermost? The most that is uttermost. We will not go then.
Caius Megara doth bear Caesar hard. I wonder none of you have thought of him.
Good, Metellus. Go along with him.
The morning comes along. We shall leave you, Brutus. And friends, disperse yourselves. All remember what you have said, and show yourselves to be true Romans.
Rome.
For Rome!
Good gentlemen, look fresh and merrily. Let not our looks, but not our purposes.
Brutus, my lord,
Portia, what mean you? Wherefore rise you now?
you been gently, Brutus. Stole from bed, and yesternight at supper you suddenly rose and walked about. Musing and sighing with your arms across, you stared upon me with ungentle looks when I asked you what the matter was. I urged you further, then you scratched your head and too impatiently stamped with your foot. Brutus, dear, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not in good health, that is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it.
Why, so I do! Portia, go to bed.
Is Brutus sick? And is it physical to walk on brace and suck up the humor of the dark, dank morning? No, my Brutus. You have some sick offense within your mind, which by the right and virtue of my place I ought to know of.
Little Portia, you are my true and honorable friend, as dear to me as the ruddy drops that visit my saddle.
Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice at Calpurnia, in her sleep, shouted, "Oh, help! They murder Caesar!" Who's within?
Oh, my lord.
Go! Bid the priests do present sacrifice, and bring their opinions of success.
I will, my lord.
Let me, Caesar. Think you walk forth? You should not stir out of the house today.
Caesar shall fall.
Caesar, I have never stood on ceremonies. Yet now they frighten me. Oh, Caesar, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
What can be avoided whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth, for these predictions are to the world in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no common scenes. The heavens themselves blaze forth at the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I have yet heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. What say the augurers?
They would not have you go forth today.
The gods do this in shame of cowardice!
Alas, my lord, do not go forth today. Your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Call it my fear that keeps you in the house, and do not your own. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house, and he will say you are not well today. Let me, upon my knee, prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say I am not well, and for thy humor, I will stay at home. Here's Cinna and Cicero. They will tell them so.
Caesar, hail! Good morrow, worthy Caesar. I've come to fetch you to the Senate house.
And you are come in very happy time to bear my greeting to the senators and to tell them that I will not come today. Tell them so, Cicero.
Say he is sick.
So Caesar send a lie? To be afraid to tell graybeards the truth? Cicero, go tell them Caesar will not come.
Most mighty Caesar, give me some pause, lest they laugh at me for telling them so.
The cause is my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, I will let you know. Calpurnia here, my wife, stays me at home. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue, which, like a fountain with 100 spouts, did run pure blood. These does she apply for warnings, portents, and evils imminent, and on her knee hath begged that I will stay at home today.
That dream is a misinterpretation. It's a vision. Very fortunate. Your statue spouting out of many pipes signifies how you will bring Rome into drinking great reviving blood, and that men shall press on in search of tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This, my Calpurnia's dream, is of significance.
And this way have you well expounded it.
Have. When you have heard what I can say, and know now, the Senate have concluded to give this day a crown unto Caesar. If you shall send them word, he will not come. Minds may change.
How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia? I am ashamed I did yield to them. Give me my robe, or I will go. The Ides of March are come.
Ides, Caesar, not yet dawn.
Where is Medicine? Let him go and presently prefer his suit to Caesar.
He has been addressed. Stand to him and second him.
Casca, you were the first to raise your hand.
Are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress?
Most high, most mighty, and most puissant Caesar, Metella Cimber throws before thy seat a humble heart.
I must prevent thee, Cimber. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him, for the repeat, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repealing of my banished brother?
Caesar, we only desire reprimandment for her brother.
What, Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon. As low as thy foot doth Cassius fall, to beg enfranchisement for Publius Caesar. Soon. I could be well moved if I were as you. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am constant as the northern star, or I will be fixed of resting quality. There is no fellow in the firmament that unassailably holds his rank, unshaken of motion, as that I am he. Let a little show, even in this time, that I was constant Cimber should be banished, and constant do remain to keep him so.
Oh, Caesar.
Hence wilt thou lift up Olympus?
Great Caesar.
Doth not Brutus ruthless kneel?
Speak! Hands for me!
Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead! Run hence, propent, cry out in the streets!
Well, cry out! Liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement!
People and senators, be not affrighted. Fly not, stand stiff. Ambition's debt is paid.
Get to the pulpit, Brutus.
And Cicero, Cassius too.
Stand fast together, lest some friend of Caesar should chance.
Talk not of standing. There is no harm to no ruinant Romanes.
Where is Antony?
Fled to his house amazed. Men, wives, children stare, cry out, and run, as if it were doomsday.
Fates, we will know your pleasures.
How many ages hence shall this lofty scene be acted over, in stage unfortunate and accents unknown?
How many times shall Caesar blood be spilled, that now on Pompey's basis lies along no worthier than the dust? Soft, who comes here? A friend of Antony's.
Thus Brutus did my master bid me kneel. Thus did Mark Antony bid me fall down and say, I feared Caesar, honored, and loved him. May, if Brutus will vouchsafe that Antony may safely come unto him, and be resolved how Caesar hath deserved to lie in death. Mark Antony shall not love Caesar dead, so much as Brutus living. In the fortunes and affairs of noble Brutus, through the hazards of this untried state, we shall follow with all true faith. So said my master Brutus.
My master is a wise and valiant Roman. I never thought him worse. Tell him so please him, come unto this place. He shall be satisfied, and by my honor depart untouched.
I shall fetch him presently.
I know that we shall have him well as a
I wish we may, but I've a mind that fears him so.
Welcome, Mark Antony.
O great Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. Gentlemen, I know not who you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself there was no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour, nor no instrument of half the worth as those your swords, made rich with the most noble blood in all the world. I do beseech you, if you bear me hard, now, whilst your purple hands do reek and smoke, fulfill your pleasure, till 1,000 years I shall not find myself so apt to die.
Antony, beg not your death of us. Though now we must appear bloody and cruel, as by our hands and this present act. Our hearts you see not, they are pitiful. Mark Antony, our arms and strength of malice, and our hearts of brother's temper do receive you. In all kinds, with love, good thoughts, and reverence.
Your voice will be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities.
Only be patient, till we have appeased the multitude. Beside themselves with fear, and then we will deliver you the cause. Why I did that love Caesar when I struck him, have thus proceeded.
I doubt not of your wisdom. Friends, I am with you all and love you all, with hope that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else this were a savage spectacle. Our reasons are so full of good regard that were you, Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That is all I seek, and am moreover suitor that I may produce his body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in the order of his funeral.
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word.
You know not what you do. Do not consent that Antony speaks at his funeral. Know you that people may love him by that which what people may utter.
By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first, and show the reason of our Caesar's death. What Antony shall speak, I shall protest. He speaks by leave and by permission.
I know not what may fall, and I don't like it.
Mark Antony, here. Take your Caesar's body. You shall not in your funeral speech blame us, but speak all good you can devise of Caesar. And say you do it by our permission.
Be it so, I do desire no more.
Prepare the body then, and follow us.
Pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds now do I prophesy. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers shall but smile at the arms of war. And Caesar's spirit, raging for vengeance, come hot from hell, shall in combines with a monarch's voice cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war.
We will be satisfied! Let us be satisfied!
Follow me, friends.
I will hear Brutus speak. Silence! Let Brutus speak!
Patient to the last. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me. If there be any in this assembly, any friend of dear Caesar's, let me say to him this. That Brutus's love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I loved Caesar any less, but that I loved Rome more. Had you rather were living, Caesar, and die all slaves, than that Caesar were dead, to live all as free men? As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There is tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. If any speak, for him I am offended. Who is here so vile they will not to love their country? I shall pause for a response.
None, Brutus, none.
Then none I have offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. I depart. That is, I slew my best friend for the good of Rome. I have the same dagger for myself, when it shall please my country to need my death.
Live, Brutus, live, live! Bring him a triumph home unto his house.
Bring him a statue with his ancestors.
Let him be Caesar.
Caesar's better part shall be crowned in Brutus.
We'll bring him to his house with shouts and clamors.
My countrymen.
Peace! Silence! Brutus speaks!
Peace! Hope!
Good countrymen, let me depart alone. And for my sake, stay here with Antony, which by our permission is allowed to make. I do entreat you, not a man depart, save I alone, till Antony has spoken.
Oh, stay! Let us hear from Mark Antony.
We will hear him. Noah Antony, go up.
For Brutus' sake, I am beholden to you.
For Bessie speak no harm of Brutus here.
This Caesar was a tyrant!
Nay, that is certain. Rome is blessed that we are rid of him.
Peace. Let us hear what Antony can say.
You gentle Romans.
Peace!
Let us hear him.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus has said that he was ambitious. If it is so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered. For here, on leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man, come I to speak at Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus say that he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He brought many captives home, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. In this did Caesar seem ambitious. But Brutus says that Caesar was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. When the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. But Brutus says that he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You were all did see at the Lupercal, I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? But Brutus say that he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. I come not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but merely say what I do know. Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I shall pause until it comes back to me.
Methinks there is much reason in his saying.
If thou considerest rightly the matter, Caesar has had great wrong.
Hath he masters? I fear there's worse to come before him.
Marked he his words? He would not take the crown. Therefore 'tis certain he was not ambitious.
If it be found, some will dear abide it.
Oh, poor soul, his eyes are red as fire with weeping.
There's not a nobler man in Rome than Antony.
Now mark him, he begins to speak.
Oh, masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I would do Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong, who you all know are honorable men. I will not do them wrong. I'd rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, than I would wrong such honorable men.
They were traitors, honorable men.
They were villains, murderers.
Have patience, gentle friends. It is not meet you know how Caesar loved you. For if you should, oh, what would come of it?
We'll hear you, Antony.
He will compel me. If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. I remember the first time I ever saw Caesar put it on. It was on a summer's evening, the day he overcame the Nervaii. Look here, where Cassius' dagger rent through. See what a rent the envious Casca made. And here, the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. Mark how he plucked his steel, and how Caesar's blood followed it, as rushing out of doors to be resolved if Brutus so unkindly knocked, or no. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, oh you gods, how Caesar loved him. For when Caesar saw Brutus stab him, ingratitude, stronger than traitor's arms, quite vanquished him, and burst his mighty heart. And then here, at the base of Pompey's statue, whilst ran blood, great Caesar fell. And what a fall, countrymen, that you and I and all of us did fall, while bloody traitors flourished over us. Now you weep. These are gracious drops, kind souls. What weep you, when you but behold our Caesar's vesture wounded? Look here. Here is himself.
Oh, hideous spectacle!
Oh, great Caesar!
Oh, willful traitors, villains!
Bloody show!
We will be revenged!
Hey, countrymen! good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up. They that have done this deed are honorable. Come not, friends, to steal your hearts away. I am no order as Brutus is, but were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there where an Antony would ruffle up your spirits and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar that should move the stones of Rome and call for mutiny!
We'll burn the house of Brutus!
Away then! Come to see the conspirators!
I dreamt tonight that I did feast with Caesar, and things unlucky charmed my fantasy. I have no will to wander forth of doors, yet something leads me forth.
What's your name? Whither are you going?
Where do you dwell? Answer every man directly.
And briefly. I wisely. And I, truly, you are the best.
What is my name? Whither am I going? Where do I dwell?
Proceed. Directly.
Directly, I'm going to Caesar's funeral.
As a friend or enemy?
A friend.
Your name, sir. Truly.
Truly, I am Cinna.
Tear him to pieces, he's a conspirator!
God, Cinna the poet, Cinna the poet!
Tear him for his verses! Tear him for his verses!
No matter. His name is Caesar. Pluck but his name out of his heart and turn him going.
No, I'm not saying this.
Tear him!
No.
Tear him!
Now, Octavius, listen. Brutus and Cassius are laying power. We must strike made head. Therefore, let our alliance be combined, our best friends made, our means stretched, and let us presently go sit in council. How covert matters may be best disclosed, and open perils surest answer.
Let us do so. For we are the same. And bade about by many enemies. Some, though which smile, have in their hearts a fear.
Aliens of mischiefs.
What now? Is Cassius near?
He is at hand, and Cinna is come to do salutation from his master.
Your master, Cinna, in his own change, hath given me some worthy cause to wish done and undone. But if he be at hand, I shall be confined.
I do not doubt that my master will appear, for he is such filled with regard and honor.
He is not doubted. Word? How he received you? Let me be resolved.
With courtesy and with respect enough, but not with such familiar instances as he hath used of old.
Thou hast described a hot friend coolly.
Most noble brother, you have done me wrong.
Judge me, gods! How should I wrong a brother?
Oh, this sober form of yours hides your wrongdoing well. But when you actually do them...
Speak your griefs softly.
Cinna, bid our commanders lead off their marches. You have done me wrong, appear in this. You have condemned Lucius Pella for taking bribes against the Sardinians. Where in my letters praying on his side because I know him, you just slighted them off.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time, this is not meet. That every nice offense should bear his comment.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself have much condemned to have an itching palm.
An itching palm? You know this is Brutus that speaks this.
The name of Cassius honors this corruption, and chastisement doth forth hide his head.
Chastisement?
Remember March, the Ides of March, remember? Did not great Julius bleed for justice' sake? Contaminate our fingers with base bribes? I'd rather be a dog and bay the moon than be such a Roman.
Brutus, bay me not. I'll not endure it. You forget yourself.
Go to. You are not Cassius.
I am.
I say you are not.
Urge me no more. I shall forget myself. Have mind upon your health. Tempt me no further.
Away, slight man.
Is it come to this?
You have done what you should be sorry for.
I denied you not.
You did.
Come, Antony. Young Octavius, come.
Revenge yourself against young Cassius, for Cassius is wary of the world. Hated by the ones that she loves, braved by her brothers.
Sheathe your dagger. When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too.
Do you confess it so? Give me your hand.
And my heart too.
How now? What is the matter?
Lucius, bid the commanders prepare. Oh man, their sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Portia.
She is dead.
Unspeakable and touching loss. Of what sickness?
Impatient of my absence, and grief of young Octavius with Mark Antony have made themselves so strong. Swallowed fire.
And died so?
Even so.
Oh, ye immortal gods.
Speak no more of her. I have here received letters that young Octavius and Mark Antony come down upon us with a mighty power.
Octavius and Antony have slaughtered 100 of our soldiers.
Cicero being one.
Cicero is dead.
What do you think of marching on Philippi presently?
I don't think it's good.
Your reason?
It is better to have the enemy seek us, so shall he waste his means and weary his soldiers.
But our legions are full. Our cause is ripe. The energy increases every day.
Thus, your will, we will meet at Philippi.
Early tomorrow we will rise in haste.
This ill taper burns. Who comes here? I think it is the weakness of mine eyes that shapes this monstrous apparition. It comes upon me. Art thou anything? Art thou some god? Some angel or some devil? That makest my blood cold and my hair to stare? Speak to me what thou art!
Thy evil spirit, Brutus.
Why comest thou?
Tell me thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Now I have taken heart, thou vanishest. Ill spirit, I would hold more talk with thee. Lucius, awake.
My lord?
Is that seated?
My lord.
Sleep again, Lucius.
Now, Antony, our hopes are answered.
Octavius, lead your battle.
Why? Now blow wind, swell billow, and swim bark. Storm is up, all on the hazard. Messala!
What says my general?
Messala, this is my birthday. This very day is Cassius born. Give me thy hand, Messala. Be thou the witness. Against my will, our army lies ready to give up a ghost.
Not so.
I but believe it.
Titanius is enclosed round about with horsemen that make to him on spur, yet he spurs on. Now they are almost on him. He's taken.
Come down. Behold no more. Oh, coward I am to live so long to see my friend taken from me. Come hither. Sirrah. Come now. Keep thine oath. This good sword. That ran through Caesar's bowels. Take thou this hilt. Guide thy sword. Caesar, thou art avenged. Even with the sword that killed thee.
Where, Messala, does Cassius' body lie?
Yonder.
My friends, I owe this man more tears than I will ever repay in my life. I will find time, Cassius. I will find time. Let us meet again in the field. We shall find fortune in the next battle.
Here comes the general.
Where is Brutus? Alive or dead? Treat him with kindness. I had rather have such men, my friends, than enemies. Bring us word to Octavius' tent.
Come. Poor Fred's remains lie on this rock.
Step to this. Show the light torch forward. But sir, he has come back not. He's either taken or slain.
Seat yourself, Caius. I was visited by Caesar's ghost. It's how I know my hour has come.
Not so, my lord.
Nay, I think so. Our enemies have beaten us to the pit. Take my sword's hilt. I shall run upon it.
That's not an office for a friend, my lord. Fly, my lord. Fly. For there's no tarrying here.
Countrymen, my heart doth joy that yet in all my life I found no man but Caesar were true to me. I shall have glory by this losing day. Night hangs upon mine eyes. My bones would rest, that have been labored to attain this hour.
Fly, my lord. Fly.
Caesar, be still. I killed thee not with so good a will.
That is the most noble Roman of all. All the conspirators say only he did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only, in a general, honest thought and common good to all, made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this is a man.
According to his virtue, let us use him with all respect and rites of burial. So, let's call the field to rest. Let's away to part the glories of this happy day.